the rate you guys are cheering at, but yeah, maybe not at the rate you guys are cheering at the moment, but like still, it's gonna take a good few months, I think. Anyways, to the bottom right hand side, gonna be seeing our teal pros player. It is going to be Socke. He is teamless, as are both players in this best of 5 loser match in today's group. So Socke, the pros player, had some close games against Alive, but did still fall 0-3. It's one of those series where you look at the 0-3 scoreline and you think, well, they don't quite, the scoreline doesn't tell you how close them games were. And, well, I wouldn't say Alive was ever in a lot of trouble. Maybe in game number 3, actually. Game number 3, he looked pretty dead, and then he actually made it work on one base. But nonetheless, I mean, I think it was a good series. It was a fun series, back and forth games, and entertaining as well. So fun to watch. To top left hand side is going to be the purple Terran player. It is going to be Beastyqt. Again, teamless, was formerly on True Esports, but now he's just teamless, doing well, streaming a lot, of course, as well. If you guys haven't checked out his stream, then definitely do so. It's actually a very fun stream. Sometimes he plays random, sometimes he plays Terran, depends how he's feeling. But it's a fun stream. We host him up quite a lot because he's actually one of the players or one of the streamers who is actually online quite a lot regularly when we send something like a Layfen Cup broadcast and so on. So we've hosted him a few times, so if you watch this stream a lot, you've probably seen him be hosted. But definitely check him out, his stream is a lot of fun. Command Center coming down, so it's just a Reaper expand to kick us off on Frozen Temple. Let's give it an eye to see what the follow-up is going to be, though. As we're going to be seeing here. I mean, it's Frozen Temple, right? So it's still potential for like a factory-based follow-up where we see a kind of a tank push or something coming in. I'm intrigued. I'm intrigued to see what Beastie goes for. If it's just going to be straight up, then it's just going to be straight up. But I feel there's potential for so many different little things to come into this here. So we'll see what's going to happen. Again, thank you everyone for dropping by today. And again, don't forget, if this is your first time, or your second time, or third time, and you haven't already done it, then do make sure you hit that follow button. Is there anyone in here right now? How about let's do this while we kind of open up in this game with just standard expands on either side. Is there anyone in the stream right now who's here for their first ever time? Is anyone tuned into the stream for the first ever time tonight? Let me know if you're around and you're a fresh newbie to the stream. You're fresh blood, fresh meat. Let me know if this is your first time tuning in the stream, or if this is maybe the first week you've ever watched the stream. Let me know if you're kind of new to the stream. I'd love to see some new faces in the chat. Come say hello, let me know what's up. And yeah, just come say hi. Come say hi. I would love to see you guys who are sitting around. Sometimes when I go on my bot, sometimes one thing I do is I look to see kind of how many people are on the stream and they've never been on the stream before and stuff. And it's kind of crazy how many new people on the stream. And you can also sort of see how many new people join the stream each day because, or at least new Twitch accounts, because you can actually see, you can actually kind of see like how many users are registered into the bot, or how many like Twitch accounts the bot has registered as being in the stream at some point. And so you can sort of see how much it increases as time goes by. This is really nice. This adept picks off a marine, but also is able to scout into the main base. So sees everything here. Reaper across the map did pick up 2 probes, but that scouting information is huge for Socke. And he sees even a tech lab on the factory, so very good read for him. This time the depot goes up, the adept is denied, cancels the shade. But look at this, Macfield Accelerator. Beastyqt is going to open with some Cyclones in the very early stage of this. I'm interested to see how this is going to go. Marine's just going to start doing a little bit of damage onto the rocks right there. We'll see that Cyclone is going to move out down the left-hand side of the map. So Cyclone is going to be moving, going to go towards the center. Either way, Cyclone on the map and Macfield Accelerator on the way up means we're going to see more than just one Cyclone here. We've been seeing Terran players trying to use Cyclones a lot lately in TvP. Innovation is a great example of that. But we're still yet to really see it be super successful, I think. So it's intriguing because people keep opening in this sort of way, and yet we're yet to see it kind of really be super great and like, oh my god, this was incredible, like what a great way to open. So I'm still yet to be convinced. I think even, I'm intrigued to see Beastyqt. Now Beastyqt, it wasn't this exact build order, but I remember Innovation against whoever it was. He was playing a Protoss player on New Gettysburg. He opened like the tech lab thing, and that was, it was kind of like, Beastyqt on Twitter was like, I just think Innovation's build is awful. So interesting to see him still using a kind of Cyclone-based opening himself here. Third Cyclone on the way up right now. God, look how many people are new in here. Cat Bertsis, we've got Drogan here for the first time, Kilgren. Crazy, first week from MChrist13 and he's already a sub? What a god. A little bit of a push coming in right now. The Cyclones lock on though, and they do a lot of damage. This Warp Prism comes into Micro. I don't think he's going to get much done with this gateway push here early on. Just going to be seeing these units collecting together, then ready to go again. Second time, don't know if that counts. That counts, Donatas232. Welcome back. Thanks for coming back for a second time. Okay, awesome. So many new people. That's fantastic. Thanks all for joining again. Hope you're enjoying the games tonight. As we see these Cyclones going to come in, lock on, and actually doing a little bit of damage to these Stalkers. A nice Warp Prism Micro is able to pick them up and basically cancel the lock on here. So it's kind of a weird mix where Socke can sort of be aggressive, but not really. So he just has to back away. His blink is about to finish. I'll give him maybe a bit more potential here to maybe keep on trading, but I don't think he's really going to get like major damage done that he was maybe looking for with this sort of committed push early on. Robobay already on the way down. He has got a third Nexus as well to fall back on. We'll see. Ooh, Stalkers will try to fight into a Cyclone. You just get one kill. But now a Stim comes in. Stalkers have to blink away there. Although these Marines will keep on chasing. Ooh, gets another Observer. That's a really nice scan once again. So that's a great pick-off right there. Really, really great pick-off. Alright, so that's a pretty nice pick-off, and Beasty will start making his own third CC now as well. Generally, you do see the Protoss players sort of starting up their third Nexus much sooner than the Terran, so this isn't too weird a situation. And Beasty, he defends that attack quite nicely as well, so that's pretty nice. Innovation Super, that's it. Thank you very much, Strobel. That's the match I was talking about. Really appreciate that. So yeah, that was it Innovation Super? I feel as though I think he did it a few times against different players. Either way, it didn't work, is the important thing. As we're going to see these Marines going forwards and looking to see what they can do. I actually don't think it was Super. I think it was against someone again on Jin Air Green Wings. I think it was in the Pro League semis. I can't quite figure it out. He did it a bunch of times anyways. But this is a bit of a different opening. It's a bit of a different opening anyway for BC, where he opens with like a reactor on the box and then the factory tech lab. So maybe he just feels that maybe the Cyclones aren't bad, but the way that Innovation did it was bad. So anyways, interesting stuff. I was just going to be seeing a bit of a push coming down the left hand side. So Beasty getting ready to attack in towards this third base, but look how well defended Socke is here right now. Mothership Core is off over to the right. I'm just going to be seeing these units getting ready to push up this ramp, I think, and ooh, I actually like this more, dropping into the main, because you know what, Socke doesn't have much vision on the map. He's actually had observers killed throughout, and this is actually really nice from Beasty. Look at this position he's going to get in. Stalkers can blink up, but not really too much else can happen. Overcharges aren't ready behind the mineral line or anything, and so this is Beastyqt getting into a great spot. Probe's starting to go down. He's going to come in here, try and target down a pylon. A pylon's going to go down before the overcharge. Oh, actually, it doesn't. Overcharge goes down, but very late in, but he actually doesn't finish the pylon off, so it sort of ruined what I was saying. It's actually now Beasty has to get away through the overcharges and through the Stalkers. He loses a lot on the way out there. He loses a lot on the way out. Absolutely crazy. Alright, so we're all just going to be seeing that medevac going to escape up the left-hand side. Staying alive. A couple of Liberators being added on by Beasty now. I mean, again, that was... I actually thought that started out really well, but he went too far in and he didn't have an escape route planned, and without escape routes, how was he ever going to get out of there without taking too much damage? I was sort of saying, like, wow, it's okay, he's using so many of his overcharges, but actually using all of those overcharges was really great for him because he picked off the all medevacs on the way out, all the full medevacs as well, which is so important to kind of keep in mind. Gonna be seeing the units just collecting together right now from Socke down this side. Obviously, feel quite confident, I think, after picking all of those medevacs off. Starts up his fourth Nexus here, and well, Beasty just adding a +2 upgrade. He's going to be in a little bit of an upgrade lead by an armor upgrade. Nothing too major, but might come into play to some extent as the games go by. Command Center coming down here now on the third base as well. So Command Center coming down over on the third base. Zella just swiped down a Marine. I'm just going to be seeing a scan coming into the center. And a Warp Prism moving up the right side too. So Warp Prism up the right from Socke. I'm just going to be seeing the Cyclone from Beasty. Still just having a look around. Still just trying to see what is going on now. As Marine and Marauder going to move forwards. The Zealot going to start coming in and start swiping away on this Marauder. Damage being done. As the Marine will come in and he just manages to kill the Zealot off. A little bit of a cute little war in the middle of the map there. A little bit of micro from Beasty to keep that Marauder alive. Not a lot of micro, but it's still nice to see little bits of micro. Small little things. Sometimes I think the smaller things are kind of the most... some of the most fun to sort of really watch in the early stages of the game. So, yeah. Innovation lost the stats of Cyclones. Yeah, I think that's what it is at Crazy Jack. I think it was the innovation stats game. Sorry, I know I keep coming back to this, guys. With a 90-second delay on the stream, it's a little bit weird. But, yeah, it's, I think it was someone like that anyways. Maybe it was against KT. Yeah, I think it's not Jinner. Yeah, of course, because Jinner in the finals. Sorry, complete mind blank there. Yeah, of course, that's KT. Wow, I don't believe I've messed that up. I watched all these games because I was watching on the train, I remember. Alright, anyways. So, we are back into this. Let's focus up on our game and what's happening. I mean, BC's actually killed off a bunch of workers from Widow Mine drops just a few moments ago. Sorry, missed that one off. As I was looking around, it's Quasar gets found by a Marine, just off on a wonder on its own. A little bit of a miss rally. Look at the map control Socke's creating, though. He's got a lot of vision to the left, but even more vision to the right with pylons. Really just looking to see as much as he can. Widowmine goes off again. Just one worker killed this time, I think, though. Now Widowmine will now go down to the cannon. Command Center will drop down here from Beastyqt again. We're still just in game number 1 of this best of 5 series in today's Group A of the Wardi Open, guys. We're seeing a couple of Marines coming down here, going to start working the way through this pylon. Pylon going to continue to drop right now. So Pylon taking quite a bit of damage, losing its shields. Look at this though, Beastyqt has so many Liberators. Does he have Lib range already? He does indeed. So that Advanced Ballistics upgrade already finishing up. That's a big thing to have actually at this point. It really means that he can just engage from such a distance. And it makes me wonder what Socke is going to really have to fight this. There's so many Liberators. It's at the point where actually Socke maybe hasn't been aggressive enough and trading enough against these Liberators. A lot of the kind of the balance of PvT comes from Protoss players having a bit bigger army early in this, in the earlier stage of the game now, but the Terran having the kind of the real power units of the Liberators. And the idea is that the Protoss is able to keep trading with the Liberators throughout the game because they have a bit more gateway units to kind of build with, and they take faster expansions, etc. So they take down the Liberators and they keep the Liberator count low. But once the Liberator count gets to the point where Beastyqt is at, which is because Socke hasn't really attacked, then all of a sudden, this is a very powerful army, and all of a sudden, you can't really fight this just with Stalkers. You do need, well, Tempests, and we're going to be seeing the Stargates added on right now, so he's going to start getting there, but oh no, big mistake by Socke to the right side. He loses every single Disruptor. That was, I think, about 4 Disruptors that just went down right there. Let's just check. 4 Disruptors. Well, that is huge. However, Adepts in the natural mineral line of Beastyqt are doing some damage as well. 12 workers killed is nice. Don't think it quite makes up for 4 Disruptors being lost for free, though. That was a big mistake there, and this drop, well, Beastyqt is going to be very happy that he sent this drop around the right-hand side of the map just then, because that's a huge pickup by Beastyqt. As he locks onto a probe there, this pylon is going to be going down in a moment or two. And Beasty just starting to push back some of the map control here. Base being taken to the top right, scan to the left-hand side. And Beasty, oh, them Disruptors, I mean, that really hurts. That's 2 rounds of production on the Robo facility. I mean, a Disruptor isn't cheap to begin with anyways. So that really kind of messes with him here. 5th base from Socke to the bottom left might just be cut off now. As you see BC pushing his position. Does he think there's a 5th base? He sees Pylon there. If he goes to kill the Pylon, he might just spot the expansion as well. A couple of Widowmines are going to be burrowing in. He's going to be seeing a couple of those Liberators. A few of those Liberators are going to start sieging up. Marines and Marauders starting to move forwards right now. And some damage starting to be done. Disruptor shot will move forwards. Tempests are going to be fighting away from a distance here. Another cannon going to go down. And, well, the thing is, BC will struggle to some extent to sort of push into this with so many Colossi, but that's what them Liberators are good at, and 1 Tempest, or 3 Tempests actually, but they're not really fighting. They're just going to take so long to do this. We see the Bio still pushing forward, 16 workers going down, the 4th base will fall. As again, there's just so many Liberators, again, even 3 Tempests are just struggling to get rid of them fast enough, as the Liberators keep sieging up, and just pushing the Protoss army further away. Now 30 workers killed, and Beastyqt is just looking so good right now in game number 1. We see a Disruptor shot coming through, will connect on just a handful of Bio units. Another Disruptor connects a little bit more strongly. As we'll see here, this might be the end of Beasty's army now. I mean, the Bio force is wearing thin. Time to unsiege those Liberators and pull away, but the damage done here is monumental. 40 workers killed, and Beasty really has just done so much in this. He's going to come around this side. He still doesn't spot that base to the bottom left. And, well, Beasty, I think the most important thing to take note of is the fact that Beastyqt keeps his Liberators alive. So these important units on expensive units and heavy building units are still alive, and so he just rebuilds his his bio units, which are much faster to rebuild. So that's pretty nice as well. Still a Widowmine going off somewhere. There's more damage being done. Oh, Liberator 10 kills. I was thinking, like, where did them extra kills coming from? Sorry, there's a Liberate in the natural expansion too, so that's where a little bit of damage being done. I'm going to go up to 11 kills, 12 kills even, before he gets taken down by the Tempest. Beastyqt still just put himself into such great positions in this game. 20 supply ahead, and again, it's just the Liberator count I'm so scared of right now. Yeah, the Tempest count's getting there, but is it just too late? Well, maybe not. I mean, it's a late game scenario, and actually, it's a late game. It's an interesting late game scenario because they've both traded, and they both have, they both traded before kind of massive banks built up. So they're both just rebuilding at a fairly similar pace in here. Upgrades are actually fairly even, and both players just continue to advance their tech too. I mean, Socke has gone from just Colossi into Colossi and Tempest now, and he survived that first push, which is one of the bigger achievements for him in this game. That's one of the things he just had to really push for. So he survived that, and then on the other side of things, I mean, Beastyqt, he was initially on just Liberators, now he's going into Nukes and Ghosts, he's adding on some Vikings to fight against the Tempest as well. He's really kind of continuing his own tech tree as well right now, as we're going to be seeing. I mean, just cleaning out pylons with this little bit of a drop. Both players have the top right and bottom left bases as their fifth. I'm really surprised Beasty didn't check for that earlier. Okay, now he has seen it with something here or there. I'm just surprised he didn't check it earlier, knowing that he had his own fifth base up. I'm surprised he didn't check for the Protoss to have one too, so that's interesting. Drop to this side is going to pick up a pylon, and well, you know what, Socke just has absolutely nothing in position. One cannon goes down. Well, that's one way to defend this. Beastyqt could have stuck around and killed a Colossus there before getting away, but he just pulls away nice and early just to make sure. And actually, you know what, recall to the right hand side. Well, guess what, this army's going to come in to the right. Sorry, the recall to the left side. He's going to come into the right. He's going to target down Disruptor. No, he's going to split it away instead. Disruptors don't really connect. He'll chase those down. I mean, Disruptor kills are nice. That's two more Disruptors going down without really doing anything at all here. And another nice little play through the right side of the map is once again going to greet Beasty with some Disruptor kills. So work is going down as well. And actually, Socke needs to respond a little bit more heavily to this. Drop to the left-hand side will get shut down as he does split his army up. Units coming back over to deal with this. But it's another 10 workers killed, and it's just another situation where Beasty seems to be the player coming out on top of these engagements. He's trading bio for workers and expensive tech units like Disruptors, while back at home he builds into more Widow Mines and Liberators and Vikings and just units that are just really difficult to fight against, really high-tech, expensive, valuable units that are so important as the game goes on. Pylon goes down here, empowering the Templar Archive. Storm already finished, that's not too big of an issue. But man, even at the very end here, you can just see a couple of Marines, a couple of Marauders just doing so much in the main. It's just dragging Socke around. He cleans it up, but a Tempest is out of location. These two Tempests here just sat AFK. And that's just a result of Socke being pulled all over the map by Beastyqt in the last few moments. Units keep on collecting together right now. As we see, another High Templar will be added in. High capacity fuel tanks are going to be added on. Wow, that's going to increase that medevac. I mean, I actually genuinely had to click on that there just to double check it was the medevac upgrade, because it's not every day you see high capacity fuel tanks. I think that's probably the third time I've ever seen it upgraded. I actually remember the second time I ever saw it upgraded, I told this exact same story, which was the first time I saw it upgraded was actually a game by Keen, where he actually accidentally upgraded it instead of Cloak Banshee play. And he didn't realize, and it actually won him the game because his drop play was so good with the extended boost. It was kind of funny, and he actually like saved so many medevacs a few times. It was like really funny. So that was pretty entertaining. So it's not the upgrade you usually see on the medevacs at all. Let's see those Liberators stitching up. My mouse is dying. That's not good. Let's go to keyboard observing for a few moments here, guys. As we just gonna see the Vikings coming in, just fighting against those Tempests there. So Tempest's taking a little bit of damage. Still picking away as well, and you've got the Revelation down too with the Oracle. However, the Bioforces are down to the bottom left, and they're picking away at this base. Oh, he wants to kill that High Templar before the Storm comes down. The Storm comes down the edge, so it's not that big a deal. I mean, this base is starting to fall, and even if he does eventually clean out the Liberator count, it's taking him so long to get there that, you know, it's giving Beastyqt time Beastyqt the time he needs to get the damage done in this bottom left corner. And now Socke is pushed back to only 4 bases. Of course, the main base is mined out here. The natural is more or less gone. The third base is not far behind. And the fourth base is actually a little bit oversaturated. You could do with moving a few of those workers elsewhere to his other bases, which maybe could take a little bit more mining for a little while. While Beasty is on fresh bases to the top right-hand side still, his work count is very good. In 20 minutes in this game, it really does look as though Beasty is going to be taking game number 1. 40 army supply ahead as well. I mean, he either need some maybe really good disruptor shots or just a good engagement in general from Socke to pull this back. He loses this base to the right side, and if a pylon will fall. What's the resources lost? Like 26k to the 18k. That's crazy, the difference there between the players. Nice shot That was really great, actually, shooting down that Disruptor just before it goes off on that Bioforce. That was really kind of like hit and miss. Like, it was very close to actually not being, not being killed in time. But Beastyqt believed, he knew it was going to be okay, and he killed it off, and he benefited from it. Another big drop to the left-hand side, and again, Socke just keeps on losing bases left, right, and center. We're going to be seeing this Bioforce coming in, just shutting down a few more probes. This Nexus is going to start going down as well. I'm just going to be seeing the Medivac, the Mothership Core going to get taken down. There's that Nexus going down here, and again, just going to be seeing a similar going down, going to turn and kill off another Stalker. I think the important thing is he keeps getting away with a lot of these units as well, and immediately back to the right-hand side. Beasty's done this time after time in this game, and it's worked so well for him, and now he picks up a pile, and we see a Dark Shrine here. I don't actually think we've seen Dark Templar in the game at all, have we? Not a single DT has been lost, so something Socke is built into, but just never really got the chance to use. Cannon will go down, his Dark Shrine will go down, another 25 workers killed. Socke now down to 14 workers. It's at this point where he just thinks like, well, let's just try and stay in it. Let's just try and maybe with my one army, if I clean up enough and counterattack, maybe something happens. But it's maybe just time to just go and just give up on his bases at this point. And we're just going to be seeing the Marines and Marauders killing off this 4th base, the bottom left-hand side. So 4th base gets killed off here. And again, just units collecting together. Marine will work its way through this simulator. And really, either waiting for Beastyqt to move across the map and kill his opponent, or waiting for Socke to come across the map and try to kill his opponent. We're just waiting for one of these two players to commit. Socke maybe just say, well, let's just try this. Beastyqt, because he just realizes how far ahead he is. He's got +3 weapons on these vehicles as well, which is, of course, the on the ships, well, I guess, on the flying units of the Vikings. God damn it, I got there in the end, didn't I? That was a difficult one. That was actually tougher than the Medivac upgrade. Anyways, so, he's just got upgrades, he's got so much, he's got so many Vikings, and all he has to do is take a relatively decent engagement here, and he should be fine. Moves away from the initial Disruptor, storms go down, and well, the first storm connections, they're definitely not bad, but they're still not quite going to kill off all these Vikings, etc., and they're going to come forwards, and now you see them Tempers are going to take a lot of damage. You can see one of them very nearly going down almost straight away. Buildings being picked away at in the main base, that was natural and about to be the main base. And then the Vikings just going to keep on coming forwards and just going to keep on cleaning out. More and more Tempers going down here. And, well, Socke actually has nothing that shoots up. GG will be called. And Beastyqt takes a lengthy macro game #1 in this TvP. So let's see what happens. Let's go into this, guys, and let's introduce us some players. Up one game. Let's do this. Up one game to the bottom left side of the map is going to be that orange Terran player who's sending out an SCV early to do some proxy play. It's Beastyqt. And down to the bottom right-hand side, our teal Protoss player, it is Socke. Has come back to playing recently, has been doing quite well in online qualifiers, etc. Hasn't qualified for anything, but has been doing okay. Oh, it's not a proxy, okay, it's just a depot block. Alright, so, no real early shenanigans going to be going on then early in this. I'm just going to be seeing Beastyqt open with the backs first, and probably see both players open fairly standard then. Okay. Alright guys, so we saw in the last game, we asked you guys if there's any new people watching in here. Let's change it up a bit. What should we ask now? Should we do the classic, where are you guys all tuning in from? That could be pretty cool. It's Friday night here in the UK. Friday night across Europe. Where are you guys watching from? Let me know where you tuned in from around the world, guys. Are you watching from America? Have you just got off work or school or college or something? Have you just got home? Are you just heading out for the night in a couple of hours? Are you in Europe and you just got in from the night out or something? Let me know where you guys are from. Let me know what's up, just to fill some time in the early stages of this game, which looks to be going into a fairly passive opening, although this engineering bay block is very frustrating for our Protoss player. It means he can't take his Nexus straight away, and he will be forced into a second gas opening here, which can still lead into an expansion. And ooh, I don't like this. He's actually moved away. He's let that SCV come back onto it, so he's actually going to keep on building. And if he keeps on building, of course, that means that's just going to be more health he has to get rid of on the engineering bay before he's able to take his expansion. So Socke, what he'll probably end up doing is maybe taking like a Stargate or something in his main base pretty early on, just to spend his extra gas. And just do something along those lines. You actually see Beasty is going to change things up himself, though. He's also one base. And this is interesting what he's forcing here, because one base against one base is generally going to kind of favor the Terran player in this matchup. TvP, one base against one base. When is a situation you really see the Protoss one base being like, yeah, great, because like, you know, you go one base, Void Rays or Oracles, if the Terran's one base, he has a defensive set with Cyclones. Or maybe he has defensive set with tanks if you're going for an aggressive attack. One base against one base generally does go the way of the Terran, so it's cool to see that Beastyqt sort of forced this early. And we actually see the Robo facility as the choice from Socke. I kind of like it. It's different. I mean, my immediate response would be like just an Oracle to like expand with and harass with a little bit. But yeah, the Robo is a bit different, and I wonder what he goes into from this. Maybe he just wants to play Robo in the mid game anyway, like as his opening, and that's what he would have gone for normally. So he's just going to do the same again, just with a slightly later expansion. Alright, so as this game develops a little bit, let's see where you guys are all watching from. New Mexico and the USA, Norway, Berlin, Sweden, Florida, America. Loving that one. The moon. I don't know if that's true. Phoenix, California. Love Cali. Germany. Guten Tag, wie geht's? Guten Abend. Netherlands. Hochatet. Yeah, I'm going to stop speaking funny languages now. Ireland, Brazil, Germany, Poland, Lithuania, Serbia. Some Beastyqt support then, I guess. Austria, Sweden again. Florida again. Just got off work. Poland again. Korea. Holland. Brazil again. Off sick StarCraft Day. That's not quite where you're from, but that's cool as well. Good to have a StarCraft Day every now and then. California, it's lunchtime. That's always good. Good stuff, guys. People from all over. It's always cool, isn't it? To see where everyone's from and everyone's tuning in from. StarCraft fans around the world uniting here tonight as we set up into a very aggressive one-base push from Beastyqt. So he did opt to go for a tank here early. This is basically like the Frozen Temple build order, only he's going to use it on New Gettysburg. It's really interesting. Cyclone is on the way. Liberator is building, and you know what, does Socke even know about this? Because he hasn't scouted, so Socke has no idea that this attack is potentially even coming. He has got Immortal building though, which will definitely help him out in this. As we're going to be seeing this tank just going to drop down, and Marines are currently just working their way through that Nexus. He might just go straight up the high ground though. I mean, the sooner he shuts down stuff over here, the better generally it'll be for him. See that tank taking some damage from the Immortal. Immortal will fall though, it's just too close, although the overcharge comes down, and Beastyqt maybe overcommitting a little bit here in the base. Maybe moving just a little bit too far forwards. Right now we see a couple of units counterattacking from the War Prism. They will slow down reinforcements from crossing the map, as this medevac will get away. So that's important, keeping the medevac and the tank alive, of course. So it's going to be seeing the medevac backing away over the left side. I'm just going to be seeing these Marines coming forward. Shuts down his Zealot there very quickly. And the Zealot going down nice and quick, so that going down, medevac lifting up the tank again, and do we see a secondary attack here from Beastyqt? I think almost definitely we do. That was sort of going okay for him, but then really overcommitting up the ramp into that Immortal. Would have been much better for him to just be patient here. 4 kills from the Liberator though, so that's pretty nice. That's pretty nifty as we see that Liberator coming in, picks up a few kills, then heading off and away over to the left-hand side here. That Liberator just backs off, and is just going to be ready to come in again in a few moments longer. In a few moments time, I'm sure. Alright, so army pushing across here once again from Beasty. He's got a Cyclone mixed in with this as well, which I quite like. I quite like the Cyclone. He's actually going to unsiege the tank, which is low on health. He's going to probably pull this in at the back, whereas the tanks and the medevacs he wants to drop a bit more aggressively. Oh wow, Cyclone actually locks onto the War Prism there. He'll follow it with the medevacs for a moment or two, just to give it vision to get a bit more damage onto it. He's going to move forwards again. The tank's thinking about dropping, but look at this. Socke going to take a very kind of forward position here. Tanks will drop though, and they will be able to kind of fire away from a distance. There's already one Stalker going down. Liberator back in the main base. Maybe that's what was distracting Socke here for a moment or two. So here we go. Fight will begin. Immortal loads up into the War Prism. Actually, that tank on low health is going to be picked up. Stays alive for a long time here. Nice little bits of micro on the siege tank. He still hasn't lost a tank. Now he does. I jinxed it almost there. As we see Beastyqt gets cleaned up though. Probes are off and away down here though, because this Liberator has been doing so much and it's still alive. 6 kills. However, the Stalkers will come in now, and he is going to be able to shut that down. Socke just not quite paying attention just yet. He's going to siege up again. He will be able to kill that off though before another kill comes in. Beastyqt losing a few workers himself now. Maybe a couple of depths into the mineral line or something. I'm not 100% certain what happened just then, but 3 workers fallen for him. I see those units just gathering together right now from Socke up to this side. We see a couple of tanks going to be dropping in here and getting a little bit more damage done. I'm just going to be seeing these Stalkers coming in, just going to be pushing those medevacs away. So Stalkers just going to push those medevacs away. Marine's going to come in and fight again. Stalkers will keep pushing forward though, and at this point I really just sort of feel as though, well, Beasty just doesn't really have enough to keep on in this game. Stalkers are going to keep on chasing. Medevacs will boost back. Still doesn't have an expansion, which is what's really going to hurt him here as time goes by. He's actually rallying units around the top side now, as we're going to be seeing. These few units just dropping back in the main again. Another Liberator comes in, 5 more kills. It's what probably keeping Beasty in the game more so than anything else at this point. Liberator backs off there, and well, it's actually going to be Socke. He comes forwards aggressively. However, there's tanks in position. The thing is, he could have actually maybe unloaded on top of the tanks because he's actually not got any anti-air. You're going to see him just dropping off here. He's going to try and pick up a medevac, which he will be able to claim. Tank and 2 Marines on the map. They're not going to be able to get too much done over here. So they're going to be just off and away through the center. Warp Prism moving around as well from Socke. And we're going to be seeing Command Center continue to build is about halfway done. So Command Center about halfway done. A couple of probes going down. It's 3-4 probes killed there. A couple of Stalkers working their way against that Liberator. And Liberator will just have to back away now over to the left-hand side. So Liberator backs off. Again, a few Marines just collecting together. Tank as well. And Beastyqt, he has got an expansion on the way. So he's building into an expansion, but he's definitely not in a good position heading into this. So, man, it all comes down to that first overcommitment from BC when he kind of pushed up this ramp and just didn't really. He just stayed too long. The overcharge came down when the pylon finished, and it looked so great for him at first, but in the end it just wasn't good at all. Warp Prism still sat over. Sorry, Liberator still sat over here. Spotted by the Warp Prism. I'm actually going to be seeing BC going to play mech. He adds on a factory with a second factory for reactor. Alright, well this is different. I mean, he's already got a lot of tanks up, so he's just going to play something unique, a little bit different here, and he's just going to try and use this to, well, win this game right now. I'm going to see this Liberator coming forward. It's going to be doing a little bit of damage onto the Warp Prism. Liberator just continue to work his way against it and seeing what he can do. The Prism lifts up there, and just going to be seeing him continue to sign of move around. So Liberator is going to be moving over to the left hand side and coming back home. So keeping it alive is nice. Sorry again, distracted by a comm alarm go off. So yeah, Liberator kind of pulls away against the 4 Wooden Mines loading up, and Beasty, he's going into Drilling Claws upgrade. I mean, he's playing mech, and he's playing it interestingly indeed. Mech, Drilling Claws, tanks. I mean, it's different. It really, really is. So let's see if it's something that can pull him back into this game from what is definitely a deficit in the early stages. So Liberator coming across over to the right-hand side now. Just trying to see what it can do. A few Stalkers coming into position. I mean, this time I think Socke is really taking too much damage from Liberator in his main base. He's not going to let any more damage come in, but I mean, BC has to get something done. He's currently up against a 3 Nexus Protoss. He's making 3 probes at a time. I mean, BC is actually already down by 25 workers. That's not pretty. And it's only going to get worse if he just sits back and does nothing here, which is, well, the way this is going right now. Medevac going to move around, going to come down the right-hand side of the map here. Warp Prism from Socke is going to be coming in towards the center too. And again, that Medevac from Beastyqt is just going to be positioned and ready to go very shortly here. I mean, the Widowmine drops is what he's really going to rely on for some damage. If he could get maybe, I don't even know. I mean, he's got 3rd Command Center building. I just don't know what he builds, what damage he can do to bring him back into this still. He has to kill, like, at least 10 workers, I think. And even at 10 workers killed, he's still kind of reaching to be in an alright sort of position, you know? I mean, maybe the surprise of Widow Mines and just mech-based play in general could be pretty nice. I mean, maybe that's something which just catches his opponent off guard. Widow Mines begin to burrow with Drilling Claws. Doesn't matter how fast you pull away. Well, there's the 10 workers. There's 13. Well, there's 13 workers killed initially. It's not a bad start. If he flies in, he could burrow underneath the Warp Prism if he's fast, and he could maybe pick that off. Beasty doesn't recognize it. Socke is pulling his Warp Prism away anyways. What's most impressive is he keeps all those Widow Mines alive, so Beasty definitely doing damage. We can bring him back into this. It's Liberator looking for a way in too. Plenty of overcharges being popped though, so the Widow Mines just going to back off over here again, and Liberator will try and come in towards the natural expansion now. Stalkers are here. No blink yet, but they're coming in soon enough, and that's going to be Liberator going down. So Liberator falls. Look at this Socke, he feels so confident. He takes the gold base to the north side of the map. I mean, he's playing against mech, and so it's not an easy base for mech to deny because mech is so slow. But BSC has got his own 3rd base up, and he's sticking up there in terms of supply. He now has Magfield Accelerator on the way, so he might try and add on a few Cyclones. And all of this coming in from a 1 base all in. BSC playing from behind, and looking to see if he can make it happen with mech. I mean, I don't know what, if he wins this game, I don't even know what to say. It would be an incredible return. Widowmine actually going to catch a shot into the Warp Prism there, as we do see. Cannon's now in position, so the Widowmines go down. 9 workers killed this time around. So actually, Beastyqt is closing up that worker count. 41 to 52. Triple orbital soon to be in game, unless he planted fortresses this. No, it's going to be an orbital. Problem is, BC has to move into position to defend this location now. Stalkers and Immortals coming across, and immediately here he isn't in position, so he has to get in there ASAP. 3 workers going down, lifts his CC. I mean, he's start seeking those tanks on the low ground. That's what he'll do now. You're going to see Immortals at the front already starting to pick his way through them. Tanks will start to kite backwards though, as they just take 1 or 2 shots. It's really nice micro from Beasty. Tilts off the Immortals. 9 SCV is killed. 3 more probes are going down to maybe a Liberator or something across the map, not 100% certain. But either way, Beasty actually cleans up a bit of that army. Takes a bit of an army lead. And, well, still down in a bit of workers, but he is moving his third base into position. Tank will come over here, and well, now Socke, if he didn't know before, now he definitely does know that this is going to be mech play. And what will his answer be to this? It's a weird one, you don't see it too often. I think one of the big things that generally counters the mech play is just going into Sky Toss ASAP into Tempest and more. That's something you could do. Socke with a gold base to the top side of the map. His economy is booming right now. As these probes finish transferring, he'll take a significant lead in terms of income. So Socke sets up into this. Resources lost is still fairly even. And so Beasty, who's been behind on workers all game, I'd imagine that's not going to bode well for him. But he does have a very efficient army now, so it's not over yet. It's still possible. And we're going to see those Cyclones just moving forward as tanks as well. And I mean, what does Beasty do? Does he max out, or does he attack sometime soon? I don't actually know what the best idea would be for him, as these Widowmines are going to get chased away at Stalkers. They're going to kill off the medevac. I don't know what the best thing to do is, whether it's just to max out an attack, or whether it's just to go sooner rather than later, while he has more of a chance to actually maybe get something done. I'm really not too sure. Either way, I mean, he's at a bit of an army supply lead. The Tempest production now starts, which is why I think he should go sooner rather than later. Tank already to the left side is going to go down. Whoa, look at this. The Cyclone's locking on. That's a good few Stalkers killed already. Pushing up this side, he'll take the Watchtower. You'll see the gold base. And actually, right now, he's actually cutting off those Stalkers from reinforcing with the rest of their buddies. Tanks will turn and fight. And actually, these tanks on their own, even not sieged up, is not such a bad fight. Although the Cyclones need to come in to try and protect too. They do actually take the time to siege. A few more Widowmines going to come in here. They burrow. And with all of the mech upgrades, actually, Widowmines, Drilling Claws, and Magfield Accelerator, Beastyqt continues to trade pretty well. Loses another couple of tanks there. Does pull back. But if he went into the middle of the map with these Cyclones, I feel he could still actually do quite a lot. Although I guess the Stalkers, if they blink on top, can clean them out quickly. Man, this game is getting ridiculous. Oh my god, carriers? I mean, that's the problem that we kind of arrive at, I think, eventually for Beastyqt, where he just doesn't have anti-air. Unless he really recognizes what's going on sometime soon. And he, you know, it has to be soon. He has to be sooner rather than later. It really does at this point. Then we've seen these few Stalkers coming in. Looking to see what's going to be happening. Looking to see what they get up to. A couple of tanks down to this bottom left-hand side. We're going to see another warp in of Zealots. So, more Zealots going to be warping in here. Warp Prism going to unsiege. And an orbital command out of Beastyqt, moving from his main base to his fourth. Obviously one of the benefits of playing Terran. Being able to lift that orbital command up as you see fit. And reposition it. He needs to be careful though. I mean, he needs to go into position to defend this, because the last thing he wants is to lose this base to this army. He does not want to lose an orbital. A couple of Hellions harassing a gold mineral line. I mean, Beasty is doing everything he can to get back into this. This Warp Prism is not going to go down, just escapes. 2 SCVs go, picks up the Zealots. This team moves into a better defensive position on the fourth now. Oh man, this is like... The thing is, when carriers come in, what's the answer to the carriers? Is it just going to be to run Widowmines underneath and just burrow them? And just hope that's going to be enough? I don't see what other plan he has. Probes here are still stacked up. If Beasty was paying attention, he could have got a really good shot off there. Still, keeps his Hellions alive, so he's still harassing with them, still looking for opportunities. These probes! They're trying to play, they're literally playing tag with the Archon. They're like, yeah, we need to click, we need to hit the Archon. It's like part of the game. This Archon's not going to stop though. There we go. Probes tag the Archon, and they get to go back home now. A few Stalkers going to come in to harass a few Zealots as well, but Cyclones come in, and Cyclones are pretty good actually at cleaning up this sort of harassment. One Cyclone goes down to clean up all of that, apart from the couple of Stalkers which did get away. That's not bad. Cyclones coming in again, and don't quite get in range to lock on as we see the big army coming in over to this side. Widowmines, nice scans. He gets actually rid of the, whoa, this is actually crazy. He's going to clean up so much. Beastyqt! He's going to clean up the main army. I can't believe it. Where are the carriers? We need the carriers right now. There's only 3 out, 3 more about to finish. But there's so many Cyclones. There's actually so much anti-air here. Cyclone Widowmine might be about to bring Beastyqt back from a huge deficit in this game. Cyclones are going to move forward. I mean, they'll kill off this Tempest. That's not going to last long at all. Goodbye, Tempest. I mean, if he just locks onto the carriers, I don't know. Widowmines are going to burrow here. Stalkers will try and blink away, and they do set up a few of the Widowmines. Oh, it's the Interceptors, though. The Interceptors are difficult to deal with. And the Widowmine's just not going to be enough right now. So actually, this is going to be the defense for Socke initially, and Beastyqt has to think of a way to kind of go up against this. Marines and some Cyclones coming in here now to defend these Zealots. As these SCVs need to maybe try and help tank or repair the Cyclones up. It's not happening though. BC finds the gold base, so he's going to shut this down at least, which is something. But so much already mined from that base there. Some Stalkers coming back in towards the left-hand side as Socke continues to harass the third base, now taking some damage as well. And BC definitely won a fight there, but he just doesn't have an answer to the carriers, and this is the weakness of mech when the Pros player builds into the Sky Toss composition. Especially with carriers, I don't know what Beasty really builds at this point. I think he's too far behind. The Interceptors kill that base so quickly. I actually think this is probably just going to be game. I just don't think there's an answer to the carriers which allows Beastyqt to win this game at this point. I really just don't think there is. The Widowmines come down though, and if they're burrowed and Socke doesn't see them, then maybe, just maybe, that's one way. Widowmine is going to go off on a carrier. He actually does a pretty decent amount of damage. Look at this, man. These Widowmine's hitting Stalkers now as well. It's painful though as the Observer comes in. Widowmines will unburrow. A couple of them trying to run away. Another nice shot though. 3 more Stalkers going down. He's still trading fairly decently. Maybe it is just mass Widowmine. Maybe just getting them underneath the carriers in time. Maybe that's just the way he does this. A couple more Archons building from Socke. It's actually, like so said, maybe this is Socke winning this game, but it's not over yet. There's still possibilities. There's still chances. There's still kind of swings Beastyqt can take. Yes, he's lost his main base orbital, so he has no 4th mining. But he can move another base out there. To be fair, Socke hasn't got a 4th base mining just yet either. And his 3rd base is mining out. His natural is gone. Resources lost dead even in this, which is incredible considering the way this game has gone throughout. This is really, really crazy. As you can see, carriers just pulling over to the right-hand side. Can you believe it, guys? First round of 16 group of the Wardi Open, and we're already seeing carriers. I'm pretty sure most tournaments never see carriers in their lifetime. Yet here we are, on day 1 of the main event. Absolutely crazy. Carriers is going to be moving around. I still think it's hard to kill these carriers, but just maybe with enough Widowmines, he can make it happen. I don't really know what I'm saying. Like, I don't know if it really makes sense in my head that I'm actually admitting to this, but it's an interesting game. 20 minutes into game number 2. The first game went 23 minutes long, guys. These guys are actually Beastyqt, especially playing a lot of long games tonight against E-Laser earlier as well. He's not afraid to play macro tonight in the Wardi Open. That's definitely something we've confirmed. E-Laser, of course, waiting for the winner of this series in the deciding match to see who the second player to advance to the quarterfinals will be. Running in on the Watchtower is not going to last too long. We'll start to carry around against the Zealot, but Beasty, more important things to spend his attention on right now, as you can see. Widowmines will burrow. It's crazy, isn't it? Even when you kind of burrow late and pull away kind of so early, the Widowmines still nearly get to lock on just because of that Dragon Claws upgrade. And in fact, actually going to escape to the upper right side. The carriers are hunting, but they are not going to find. We'll see another Widowmine will go down. Maybe just one here in this space. Just one more probe killed. Just a little bit of time here. This cannon's going to finish in what, 5 seconds? The Widowmine's going to go off very soon, actually. 2, 1. Ooh, just goes down. Observer actually being the savior there. Another Widowmine, and it's actually now up to 12 workers killed. So again, Beasty just continuing to harass and continue to do whatever he can. Stay in this game. He's got another command center built, which he's got starting to float into position. His other orbital has come to the top left side, so his income is going to be pretty good here once again. He's actually added on a 4 as well. I wonder how much the 4 actually does. I actually have really absolutely no idea. I have absolutely no clue how this is going to go. I'm not even going to try and predict this. I mean, I don't know what the 4 adds to this. I don't know how well the carriers will trade. I don't know if there's enough on the ground from Socke. I don't know how well the Cyclones are going to do. I've got absolutely no clue how this is going to end up right now. Stalker getting blasted away by a Widowmine there. We have a Widowmine to the right-hand side as well from Beasty. Having a look to see if it might move forwards. I mean, you run in, this base is stacked right now. Scans coming down. Beasty looking for the army, checking the gold base as well. Cyclones are going to move out to the center. Actually, he sees that carrier on its own. That's a great pick off here. And look how fast that carrier goes down when the Cyclones lock on. That's all it takes. That's all it's going to take, but there's just so many of them, and the damage they put out is just so fast. Tempest added into this as well. I mean, there's Vikings coming up, Cyclones, basically anything that shoots up. Beastyqt will make it right now to try and survive this. This Widowmine did reposition. 4 workers killed. More damage being done. This command center has been floating around for a while. Will in the end commit over to this right-hand side, so it's going to land itself over here in just a few moments. Zealot's going to warp into the south side as well and see what they can get done, maybe some harassment in the near future. Yeah, I mean, these Zealot run-bys aren't really doing anything. Cyclones locking on, cleaning up so easily. Maybe one Cyclone going down there for 8 Zealots. However, army of Beastyqt is out of position. Main army moves forwards, and this is Beasty in a position now where as he loses another orbital, he has to be very careful indeed. He actually moves this base into an orbital. That's 20 workers he's just lost. Can his army fight this? Socke is in a position now where he's just going to keep on pushing, I think. I just don't think he's going to give it up at this point. We're going to see Widowmine comes in. Socke is paying attention on that base at the right moment in time to shut that Widowmine down. Was just about to send a bunch of workers into gas, but sees the Widowmine, thinks twice about that one. Socke pulls back, knowing that he's limiting the economy of his opponent here. Beasty could definitely do a few extra workers on this base. Only 29 SCVs in the game. His army supply 136 to 114. Can he take down this army? Oh my god, he's going to intercept the carriers. Oh, the carriers are on their own. He scans, he sees no carriers. Oh, Widowmine's going to go off. He cleans out a lot of the interceptors to begin with. Is it going to be enough though? Oh, the Archons are going to stack up underneath those Vikings. It's not going to be enough, is it? Surely not. The Vikings all go down so quickly. The Archon splash is just so high. The interceptors, the carrier's actually out of interceptors though, so I mean, if there's going to be a time to do this, it's going to be very soon as... Oh no, the Stasis Warden, that's 5 Cyclones caught, that's a lot of use just caught for a little while here. Archon's moving forwards, GG is called, what a game number... It's a large map, are we going to see a long game again? I wouldn't put it past them at this point, I really, really wouldn't. Guys, let's do our introductions, and we'll have a little bit of chitter-chatter as we're tied up 1 game apiece in this best of 5. To the bottom right, it's our teal Protoss player. Is Socke, and this teamless matchup of the teamless players. In the top left, our pink Terran. It's Beastyqt. Why did I say stasis so weirdly? I don't know, I just say stasis. Stasis, stasis. I don't know, I just say stasis, it's how I say it. I mean, is it like an English thing? Maybe? I don't know. I've got absolutely no idea, it's just how I would always say it. He's in stasis. No, it's always how I'd say it. Guys, if you are enjoying the crazy games tonight, then I do urge you to hit that little button below your stream which says follow. It will let you know when we are live with, well, maybe not necessarily games as crazy as tonight's games, but still some pretty good games in the future as well. So make sure you hit that button. It's going to be a lot of fun. If you missed any of the games from tonight, they will all go up on our YouTube channel. That's youtube.com/sc2improve. So you should go check that out as well. If you miss any of the matches, they'll go up over there, so you can catch them all up a little bit later on. Make sure to subscribe. We're fast approaching 1,000 YouTube subscribers, which is awesome. And of course, if you're really enjoying the stream, you can subscribe as well to help support me as a full-time streamer, putting on these events and funding them as well, and things like that too. So check all that out, guys. And let's set up. We should make the sub goal something more than 100 over 100. Yeah, but I don't know what to make it like. You know, what should we do at the next sub goal? What should we do at 110? Let me know what you think. Guys, we're seeing a bit of a proxy right now. Let's talk about this game because Beastyqt has Engineering Bay blocked once more like he did in the last game. Actually, if you can remember back to the start of New Gettysburg, we started with an Engineering Bay block right on the start of that game. And what a crazy game that was. Like, how far behind was Beasty? It was crazy. Socke now is going to go for a counter proxy Stargate to try and attack into Beasty with. So, you know what could be really interesting? If Beasty actually just finished this Engineering Bay, because then he would actually have an Engineering Bay to build a turret with, which might be actually quite useful here. 1 Marine into a Reaper. This doesn't actually bode too well at all for Beastyqt. His factory is proxied across the map, and with his factory proxied, well, this really doesn't bode well for him. I mean, he's not going to have anything at home to defend with. Like, anything at all. I think actually finishing the Engineering Bay might be, like, the one way he can defend against this Oracle without just taking too much damage, but it's not going to happen, and Adept is now out. Dep's actually going to move on to the map a little bit. So Pylon going to come over here as well. That's interesting. Not sure what exactly the plan with that's going to be. Do you see the Stargate about to finish up then? So Stargate does finish. We'll see in a moment or two. Hey, Oracle most likely. Oh, Beasty's going to see it. He's going to see the Reaper. Okay, well, the engineering bay continued to build, but the SCV just won't finish it in time, so the Reaper's going to spot the Stargate. He won't kill the Pylon in time. We saw just barely two Reapers be able to do that before. And actually, in Adept here as well, Beasty loses his Reaper. Oh, man. Oracle on the way up. What's the defense going to be? Bunkers? 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 I'm not sure. Guys, this Pylon here is obviously because Socke wants to take a gold base, so that makes a little bit of sense. Probe's going to be pulled in towards this Widow Mine, but I don't know if he's going to catch it in time. Ooh, it's going to be close. Adept shot doesn't go off in time. Widow Mine kills free. Adept in the main base doing some damage. I still say bunkers. When I say bunkers, I feel like I'm saying bonkers, because that's why I feel this response is. It's such a desperate response, because it's just not going to be enough, and Beasty is going to take so much damage here. 2 more Marines on the way, but this Oracle, well, it's barely even used any energy yet. It's lost basically. It's going to be on full shields before more Marines pop out, so 9 workers killed. 10. Beasty's going to have a kind of command center finishing now, but I mean, he's up against a gold base, which these probes are starting to move into. These continued Widow Mines are going to have to do a lot. 3 more kills on this one in the main, as we see the gold base starting to mine. Second Oracle will be popping out shortly, and well, a couple of Marines jump into that bunker. Even 2 Marines don't kill an Oracle quickly. That's still going to be at least 5 workers extra killed. These low health workers are almost definitely going to go down, although the Oracle's going to turn around and come back home, as he wants to get a revelation up to defend against this. So actually, Beasty's still doing some okay damage here. Oracle gonna come in and, well, okay. It's kind of sad. I mean, he could have done more, but at the same time, I mean, he could have done more, but does he want to do more? Another a couple of workers going down as the Widow Mines go off. Yeah, I mean, what's better, killing off more SCVs or risking, you know, it's kind of a risk, I guess, because he doesn't guarantee he's gonna kill more SCVs. Much safer just pull the Oracles home for now initially and defend with those. Did you just lose an Oracle? He's got both out. This one's in the main base. Yeah, that's sort of interesting. I'm not sure what exactly the plan with that one was. This Oracle with 14 kills on it is going to go back across the map, though. But now he doesn't have detection in his main base. Oh, man, this is a little bit of a mess right now. These games are crazy from one end of the spectrum of carriers and all sorts to the other end of the spectrum with proxy factory mines against an Oracle, which is like 11 workers killed early. It's crazy. Oracle comes in, that's 1 more SCV picked off here. Marines, though, in high enough numbers now to turn it away. And these Widow Mines are still just sitting around. This one's up on 1 kill. This one over here is on 2. And the cannon's on the way up. This Widow Mine can't own burrows, so I think this should be kind of killed off here. Although, actually, I think the Adept might die first. Oh, this is going to be so close. The Widow Mine's going to go off, isn't it? The Adept's going to die? Wow. Still 1 Widow Mine set over to this side. Another one over here as well, going to try and edge its way forwards. If he burrows just out of range of the cannon, he might just about be able to make something happen. Engineering base still blocking the natural. Factory finishes up the tech lab. Now I see Phoenix being built out of these, the Stargate on the other side, and Beasty starts to move in towards his natural command center. Marines out of position as the Oracle comes back in. That's 4 or 5 workers killed. So he does get up to 5 more workers killed now. Well, that's pretty decent as we see this Phoenix from Socke. I don't know what he's actually aiming to do with the Phoenix. As we see the Widow Mine. Very narrowly picks off the Stalker there. As a little bit of a misclick comes into play. Widow Mine over here as well. Man, this series is just ridiculous. We're in game number 3. It's tied up 1 game apiece. After this series, we've still got the winner to play against E-Laser. This is absolutely crazy right now, guys. These Marines are going to start pushing through the center, and Oracle is coming up and going around the side. This Phoenix has been hit by the Widow Mine. I'll have to be careful of that in the future. This Widow Mine with 1 kill on it is going to be saved, actually, by the Marines. An attack coming across the map here from Beastyqt. And what does Socke have to defend? Motion core full of energy. This is going to be enough, though. Cyclone moving forwards. This Widow Mine is still up as well. And these few Stalkers are very, very much so in a bad position when it comes to defense. These Marines are going to come in, and yeah, this is not pretty at all. This cannon's starting to go down too, so the Widow Mines can move further forwards. Motion core drops a, well, yeah, I mean, he literally drops a time warp because there's nothing else this Mothership core can do in this position. 6 workers killed already by this attack. Couple of Marauders here as well is going to help a lot against the Stalkers. Oracle is going to go down. Observer goes down too, so the Widowmine will stay alive a little bit longer here. Cyclone locks on. That's going to be a dead Moship core now. Drops another time up because, again, there's nothing else it can do. Gold base is under fire, and Beastyqt, this attack is starting to do the damage he needs to win this. Another Cyclone comes in from the left-hand side as the first one falls. And we see the pros being pulled in to fight on here just a little bit longer. Cyclone pulls away. We'll kill off one more Stalker. Probes do clean this up, but it's 12 workers lost over on the gold base. Cyclone is back and away, locks onto another Stalker now. Just going to stay in range. There's another Stalker killed off here. As we're going to be seeing this next Stalker just sat back and waiting. Two more Stalkers warping in. Another Cyclone being built from this factory, which is still proxy to this bottom left-hand side. I mean, this is powerful. Cyclones trade so well in these sort of low eco situations. And kind of low unit number situations as well, especially, is maybe kind of better. It's not necessarily low eco. Both players with fairly saturated two bases here. Another attack down the right side. This time there's going to be Stim in play. And that will change things up as well. This Cyclone gets away. Finally, this factory is going to be found. I guess the Cyclone comes back in to try and save its Cyclone buddy. He's going to lock onto a Stalker as he tries to back away. He's actually going to get away. Ooh, he goes back in to actually kill the Stalker. It's going to stay out of vision range, but actually the factory provides the vision. And now a scan, another Stalker dead. Oh man, and another Stalker dead because the Ranger's still there. Oh, the War Prism comes in and saves at the very end. Nice little save, but I mean then, how does he save the gold base? I just don't think he does. Stim's in and immediately Socke just pulls away with the probes. I mean, that's just going to be the gold base dead, right? Pylon will go down here. Some Stalkers are thinking about coming forwards. Beastyqt's going to target down these rocks. I think just fighting the Stalkers are a better choice, even with Blink, because, I mean, killing the rocks is a very hit and miss sort of thing. And even if he kills the rocks, I mean, the Stalkers could just commit on through, so this is crazy. This is just really, really crazy. Like, two Cyclones come back home. Beasty's definitely, I think, taking leads, but I don't know if he's winning still. A lot more probes went down, but +1 is finished up from Socke. He's moving across the map with Blink Stalkers as well. I just don't even know what to kind of explain this as. Another Widowmine builds from this factory here. The two Cyclones have gone back home and have been repaired up as well, which is nice. Third CC from Beastyqt is in position on the gold. We'll have to bring some units in to defend against that. Is this Widowmine going to come up? He killed the cannon here earlier, so he's actually going to have no detection on this gold base. There's actually no detection in the game, apart from one observer, which is over on this side of the map. As here he goes, Stalker's going to commit forwards. Cyclone's locking on, another few Stalkers finish warping in. Ooh, that might actually be enough with the Blink Micro and the War Prism Micro too. Might be enough to push this back as another Stim comes down. Beastyqt keeps on trading here towards the very, very end. He just keeps on fighting. The Stalkers blink away now. 13 SCVs killed. And that's a good counter blow from our Protoss player. Looks as though the Widowmine went down before it could get anything done. Another Widowmine comes in. Will burrow. This time Socke is not going to pull away in time. That's going to be big damage done here by Beasty. 5 workers killed to this side. More Marauders on the way for him. There's a couple of Medivacs on the way as well. That'll help him so much. In fact, a Marauder count against this army might just be what he's missing. A Cyclone here too. Drops some more mules. He'll lose this bunker at the front, which never manages to get up. So that's a little bit of a shame here. So here he goes, staring on in. SCVs will be pulled. Realize he just needs to get a bit more damage into this. He's going to start targeting the Stalkers, which I like, as they blink backwards now. The War Prism is actually locked onto by the Cyclone, so goodbye War Prism. And now the Stalkers fall as well. And Socke is going to lose everything here at the very, very end. This Adept goes down also. And this is just going to be probes down across the map from this Widowmine again. A few SCVs down, but I think it's a good defense, a good enough defense by Beastyqt as he goes to attack across the map. And maybe this time the counterattack will be deadly, more so than just damaging. But still, I mean, actually there's time here where Socke can just build up and get enough units to defend. I mean, this isn't even 2 full Medivacs, and one of these Medivacs has a Cyclone inside, so it's not that many bio units right now. It's not that many bio units at all right now, as here we go. He'll start to unload. I mean, though, even if he just kills kind of a pylon or something, that could be painful. I mean, a couple of probes, anything could really hurt at this point. Here we go. Pylon will go down to stop any overcharges coming in. He'll scan. He'll pick up another observer kill if he targets it, and he does get rid of the Cyclone. I mean, it means Marauders actually doing a little bit of micro here. Some pick up. Too many Stalkers, though. He'll jump into the main base. Stalker's a little bit out of position there right now. I'm just going to be continuing with Rants. These couple of Medivacs moving away over to the right side here. Over to the left, we see that one Marine continue to target down a pylon, so it's going to be seeing Beastyqt. I mean, he has got a third base up already. That's something Socke is building into. One benefit as well from Beasty is his gold base is fairly fresh. So his gold base is fairly fresh. He still has this completely to mine from, and that's going to be an economy boost. Whereas Socke's third base is very much so very close to mining out here. So some differences right now. Marine's still working through the Stargate to the left-hand side. A couple medevacs moving around as well, seeing what's up. Marines and medevacs joining up together. A couple units going to start to unload. And we're going to see, ooh, the Stalker's going to be found in the center of the map. They have to blink away immediately there. That one to the high ground is just going to go down in the very end to those units stimming in. We can actually find the Stalkers to another angle now. Scan sees that observer. Wow, I mean, he just picks up so many observers in these games as well. That's 4 observers in this game alone. But throughout this series, he's been picking off observer after observer after observer after observer. Single Marine still being the hero, taking down this Stargate. It's not an easy task if you see how big a Stargate is in those cinematics. But he is going to be slowly picking away at it as we have units just starting to unload here to the edge of the base. So if units just start to unload, and we're going to see this just going to be a stem forwards right now. Cybernetics Call going to start to take a lot of damage, and well, that cannon's going to go down. Probes are falling as well. Cybercore dead, Pylon falls. That doesn't empower the Robo. The Robo gets targeted here as well, which is a pain considering he's been losing so many observers for I'm sure he'd quite like to keep the Robo alive. Every pylon in this main base is going to go down here. And Beastyqt, I think, will just fight his way out of this one. Still steps to the side, and then maybe now he can lift up and move away when the Stalkers have used their blink. In fact, he can just keep on fighting because it's going very well for him. Now he lifts, and ooh, just a little bit late on the medevac burst. There it is, coming into play. Widowmine over here as well. He's literally all over the place, Beastyqt, in this game, in this series. Remember back on Frozen Temple, left to right, drop, drop, drop. It never ended, as this Marine is going to be getting rid of this Stargate. And I really do think at this point Beastyqt's got this game under control. Socke can't build anything right now, needs to rebuild his pylons. That takes a little while. Stalkers and Adepts joining up together at the moment. Stalkers and Adepts joining up together. See the +2 weapon upgrade coming in from Beastyqt. A little bit more bio just going to be collecting together in towards the center, so a little bit more bio collecting in, and is this going to be the final push? Yeah, Socke is. I mean, it's been one of those games which is just back and forth. You don't really know what's happening, what's going on. And he's really going to win it. Remember, actually, at the start of this game, again, Beastyqt was in a position where he's like, oh my god, this Oracle's going to get so much damage done. I actually thought it was just game over with that Oracle coming in and doing so much damage. But man, those Widowmines, they did way more than I was initially expecting. That's going to be GG right there. Beastyqt takes game number 3. Beasty will close it out, or if Socke is going to be able to find himself a way to get to game number 5. To the top left-hand side is going to be our teal Protoss player. It is Socke. Socke. Needs to win this to stay in the tournament. As to the top right side of the map, we have our yellow Terran player. It is, of course, Beastyqt. Alright then, so Socke versus Beastyqt, game number 4. Is this going to be the normal game? That's what I'm asking myself now. We've seen every single game of this series has been absolutely ridiculous. I mean, I guess the first game was fairly standard. It was just very back and forth, back and forth. It really was very back and forth, actually, the first game. I mean, all the games have been. But the second and third game especially have been very weird, very different. Not what you'd usually expect to see. Again, guys, don't forget, if you're enjoying the Wardi Open, you can support the players. You can donate to the prize pool on the Matcherino page. That's a great way to support the players. Top 3 players of the tournament will take home some of the prize money. All the money you put in there goes to the players, apart from the processing fees, of course, between the payouts. Probe just doing a little bit of damage down to an SCV, as we see it actually starting to back away, this probe. So probe just backs away off the left side a little bit. Going to see a couple of racks coming down from Beastyqt. I mean, it's a command center first, so obviously we're going to be seeing Socke wanting to harass you a little bit. That's why Beastyqt doesn't mind pulling an SCV down to defend this. And yeah, just going to see a couple of racks, 3 racks on the way up. So big bio opening from Beastyqt here in game number 4. Let's see how this turns out. We are on horizontal spawns on Frost. Both times we've seen Frost already today has been cross spawns, and man, we saw some pretty long games on Frost. But this time around, going to be a little bit different. Going to be a little bit changed up from these for these players. Horizontal spawns. I actually like these spawns for the Terran. He can load up from his natural expansion. He can very quickly, immediately, he arrives at his opponent's main base, which is generally a more ideal location to drop in than this kind of choked up area on his opponent's natural if it was vertical spawn. So this is actually a really nice spawn that is coming in here from Beastyqt. As we see, bunker on the low ground is actually going to help a lot against what Socke is going for, which is a very aggressive opening here. Zealot coming across, and well, this is interesting. Zealot will delay the bunker. Pylon's obviously on the way down as well. Another Marine about to come up, so this is just a way for Socke to basically try and punish the command center first. One Marine's coming out though, and as he steps down towards the low ground, he will be able to keep his Marines alive. He'll get in the bunker, and that Pylon will keep taking damage, and I don't think Socke will actually get much done with this in the end. Sees the CC first, but this won't do much with it. Is he still going to overcharge it? Oh, it's a little bit of a waste, because he just really doesn't do anything at all. And now there's 5 Marines up, so that Mothership Core can't stick around too long either. Just going to be forcing this away. So Marines keep coming forwards here, and just going to keep on pushing that Mothership Core back over to the left-hand side. So Mothership Core gets pushed away, and well, Adept comes into the natural at the same time. Still some nice multi-prong, but look at this. This is how confident Beasty is. Salvages the bunker. Doesn't need it, he says. Don't need the bunker at this point, so he just keeps on pushing that Adept away, cleaned on up. Good stuff from him. Mothership Core just going to sit across to the top side right now. Going to see this depot coming down from Beasty to the side of his base. A couple more Marines just continuing to build up here, and just going to be seeing some Marines just joining up at the front from Beastyqt. So collecting his Marines together, and Twilight Council starting to come down now from Socke. Twilight Council starting to come down. Marines are going to move onto the map as well right now from our Terran player here from Beastyqt is maybe going to go for a bit of a counter-attack. Mothership Core used a lot of energy already. If he can force another overcharge or two, and that might help him with a follow-up attack. Stim is starting. And obviously one of the next things I think Beastyqt builds is probably his factory, then his engineering bay. It's a very kind of old-school sort of TvP sort of build order, the 3 racks openings. Something you don't see every day nowadays in TvP. As you can see, he's going to come up this ramp, he'll get a probe, he'll probably get that pylon. Try and chase for the Stalker here initially. Ooh, he's going to commit quite far in here. This is interesting, although there actually isn't pylons ready still. And so probes have to be pulled in to defend this. Overcharge will go down perhaps, but oh, Socke is going to overcharge a little bit too late. And actually, Beasty can just move up into the main base as well now. Adepts across the map didn't do much at all. They actually lost those there as, I don't know what that was, another Stalker going down, another probe being rallied around, missed rallied even. Another pylon taking damage, and probes pulled in again. Beasty just pulls away, and well, obviously just kind of steps away from this, and this is so much damage done from him. 10 workers killed. Moving forward here, Mothership Core will go down, and I'm all about to pop. He'll go back to the natural expansion. It's just going to be more and more damage here. Beastyqt with just a few Marines gets so much done. 13 kills, 14 kills, and 15 in total, please. I believe in you, Marines. Kill that probe. Don't make me have mistyped, misspoken. Another probe comes in and sacrifices himself to save the caster. What a god. Dark Shrine is coming up here right now from Socke. It's about 30% of the way done. Twilight Council is in the main base too. And a couple of extra gateways being added on here as well. So a couple of extra gateways coming in. And again, +1 upgrades coming in from Beastyqt. Stimpack is going to be finishing shortly. And we'll see this third commander going to be finishing in a moment or two as well. So third CC is up and running, and Beastyqt is 10, 12 workers ahead. He's in a great worker lead already in this game. Dark Shrine is coming up with a couple extra gateways on the way too. They're going to be finishing shortly. So there's a couple extra gateways continue to come up now. These Marines across the top side looking to still see what's going to be going on. Scan into the center, and a couple of units are going to be passing through. A couple of Stalkers passing through. A turret actually takes down an observer there. I mean, Socke just playing from behind right now. Beasty with his upgrades coming in, his medevacs coming out. This is when he gets to a very comfortable stage of the game where, I mean, just follow-up attacks could do so much. I think Socke at this point really has to rely on the DTs getting something done, but has Beasty already seen it? Well, he hasn't. Maybe just maybe just kind of feels it, suspects it. Just wants to play safe, I guess. I mean, he's got plenty of turrets, so playing it safe, just knows he's ahead and knows he doesn't want to throw it away. Units are going to move out onto the map now from Beastyqt, and here we go with Stim, with medevacs. This is when it gets really, really quite nice for him, so continue to pull across, and these units over to the left-hand side we go. A few Stalkers there, continue to move around. Scan comes down. Marines and Marauder can keep moving forwards too. They're just immediately going to go behind the middle line. I like that. Destroy it, dives on in, gets some damage done. Pylon will go down. He can probably trade and fight with the Adepts if he wants to. He doesn't have the medevacs to lift up and drop somewhere else. He's going to try to. I mean, he obviously has one medevac, but he doesn't have like medevacs to lift up everything. So this is actually going to be quite nice. He's going to drop into the natural and probably drop or run back in towards the third base as well with these few Marines. But Socke splits up quite nicely. There's a few units over here. Actually, I thought he did initially, but then he didn't. Dropping into the main base, and Beastyqt just going to get more damage done. Both of those depths will fall. These probes will go down on the third base too. It's another 4 workers kills. He drops into the main base. Stalkers will kill off this medevac, but at the cost of 2, 3 Stalkers now. A 4th one's going to go down as well, and probes are pulled into this. There's 5 Stalkers to clean up this entire drop, and also probes going down. Marines still working their way through the third nexus, and Socke just continues to take so much damage right now. So much damage from Beastyqt. This pylon's going to fall. The third base will not go down just yet, but it's going to get very low, and as more units come onto the map, you have to expect here that Socke is in his last minutes of the Wardi Open. We see more units coming over the left side, and this really is going to be just so much for Beastyqt when you look at Socke's army in comparison. He stims. Maybe the Immortal's like the one thing here which is going to be maybe somewhat kind of scary for the Terran, but he's already popped the barrier on it, and he keeps on moving forwards. And he'll pull away. This third base is going to go down. Third base falls. Oh, there we go. Third base falls. And he just pushes on up. Pylon will get taken down on his way in. Socke is supply blocked. And the Immortal falls. Barrier popped. Doesn't do anything. Stalkers go down. And this is Beastyqt moving into the decider match today against E-Laser. Gets the rematch, which he lost 2 games to 3 the first time around.